Hello, city. Hello, world, and welcome to another installation of the Gospel Jazz Connection here on KTYM.media. I'm your boy D Nice, and we have a great show for you today. You are not going to believe what's happening around here. So, those of you, our prayers are out for you that are being washed away after being burned away. Then now you're being washed away in this little rain. But you know what? The purification of the rain, clearing the air, so it all works out in proximity. But our prayers go out for you. This is the Gospel Jazz Connection, and every week we come on with the best in music and the best in, talking to people. We don't do interviews on the station. We just chop it up. So we got a young lady here that I had a chance to just kicking it with before and get some information on her, and we're going to follow up. And I got my boy in the studio that we've been working together for a while, and he came up with a movie, and we're going to talk about that later on. But I want you for the next 60 minutes to sit back, relax, and watch with your ears. So as I promised, I'm going to give you the other part of the DJ team. Here in front of you is the one and only Miss Makita. What's up, Makita? How you doing?
What's good, D-Night?
It's all good. It's good. How you been?
Hey, to our KTYM.media family. It is so good to be back in the house with you, our Facebook Live family. What's good? It is so good to see you back online. I'm back home, so I can be online with you. So glad to be back in the presence of my beautiful media family and get to know our new wonderful sister here today. I'm looking forward to the whole nine.
That's good. So we have the other part of the DJ team. She's got her name embossed on the back of the seat now.
Yes.
And so she's here, one of our finalists, and she's the one that's slot. So here we have her. Ladies and gentlemen, let's bring into this now, Miss Kiana. Kiana, how you be?
I'm doing well. Grateful to be here today, family. I look forward to the conversations and chopping it up, listening with your ears.
Oh, that's what I like to see. That's what I like to see. Yeah, anybody that's ready, let's get ready. Okay, in the center of attention today, we're just going to bring you into this young lady. And like I said, I had the pleasure of meeting her and talking to her. And she's got some very interesting things to share. Yeah. My boy here says he came in after the television show, and I was sitting in for Makita, who was on the road back east for a minute on the Wednesday show. And so he was like, okay, I'm bringing her in. I said, we're not doing any chopping up. We're just doing the interviews and stuff like that. So after the interview, he came back and he said, you know what? He told her, he said, I have known you for, and I'm not Kiana, so let me get this out. He says, I've known you for what, like 2 years? And he said, I've heard some stuff on this interview that I didn't even know. Aww. So that's how we do's it. You know what I'm saying? Here at the Gospel Jazz Connection.
Yes.
So now, without any ado, let me switch over to this young lady. Hey, Carrie. How you be?
Hi.
This is Miss Carrie Lynette Stringfellow. English, we take it. English. Okay. So how you doing today, young lady?
I'm doing good.
Okay. Well, thanks for being here with us, and we can have a good time. We're just going to just sit back, and you're going to get a chance to meet the ladies and just kind of like chill, and that's how we do it.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen on Facebook, thank you for joining us. Those who are joining us live on KTYM.media, get down, and like I said, get your pencils, papers handy, because we may give you guys a quiz. Who knows? We may give you guys, and then give away. I like giving away.
Across the table and have Kiana give me a therapy session.
Yeah.
It's all good. I'm ready for it. Let's do it.
So,
I'm going tissue, please.
That's all right.
So
Get it out.
Yes.
So you're liable to see and hear anything today. Okay, so I got a surprise. Yeah, I got a surprise for you guys today. I'm gonna start out with this one here. Makita don't even know this. Now, you know what I'm saying? We've known each other for eons, and decades. And, she's been a singer of well acclaim, and she's been working with everybody. But the list goes on and on. Tina Marie, she's open for them, sang behind them. She's doing her own thing. She was lately with Rolls Royce for a tenure, and she just be doing it. And so I got a surprise for her today because we're sitting here with these three beautiful ladies on that side of the house. And so this song you guys get ready to hear mixed up, this is one of hers, okay, and one of her hot ones. So I'm going to get it to her right quick. Okay, see what she thinks about this selection. I'm selecting this today, so here you go. Let's see what she thinks. Hold on, watch this.
Make sure it ain't nothing to make me cry.
Here we go. This is Makita in the house with her sisters.
Oh, my girl. That's right.
Well, hey, sister girl, I wanna thank you for everything that you've done for me. You're always there whenever I need, giving love unconditionally. And I wanna tell you, I see it don't matter what we're going through. I get up off my knees and I come to you. Like when we stand together, gonna make it. Nobody but my sister. Oh. Sometimes I'm wrong, sometimes I'm right. Yeah. Even when you tell me that's alright, you know it's alright. Going on, oh. This thing tight. With nobody but my sister. Sister girl. Oh. Listen, I came to tell you, when I did everything to fulfill my dreams, you were always there just believing in me. You said, girl, you gotta believe. Now look at me, it don't matter what we're going through. I get up on my knees and I come to you. Come to you. When we stand together, gonna make it too. Nobody but my sister. My sister. Sometimes I'm wrong, sometimes I'm right. Even when you tell me that's alright. That's alright. Gonna keep this thing tight. But nobody but my sister. Nobody but my sister. Yeah. Listen to me, Tiffany. Oh, yeah. Remember the time when I chose the wrong man? You did everything you could to understand. Stayed right by my side. You let me know everything's alright. Sister girl, I came to remind you. Oh yeah. Remember the time I almost lost my home? Seemed like all I had was about to be gone. Your clothes are my clothes, your shoes are my shoes. No matter what we lost, we always had food. We're gonna make it. Nobody but my sister. Nobody but you, girl. Sometimes I'm right. Even when I'm wrong, tell me that's alright. It's alright. Yeah. Nobody. Yeah. Come on, yeah. Sing it for me, say oh, 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 yeah, yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. You better sing, girl.
Girl, you better sing that song.
Oh my goodness gracious, Tiffany Lang, ladies and gentlemen, you better understand. No, Nisa Shanae and Marilyn. I can't wait to put this on my resume. Thank you very much.
You know that.
No, remember I told you, your clothes is gonna be my clothes. Your shoes is gonna be mine. Okay. We're just gonna swip and swap. And that's what it's about, my girls. Keep your head up. That's how we do. Stay encouraged. Keep it positive. Oh yeah. For the Father, for the Son, and for the Holy Ghost. 3 in 1. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Even when you tell me that's alright. It's for Mama Nim, Auntie Nim, Cousin Nim, Grandma Nim, all your ladies. Said it don't matter.
No, she didn't. No, she didn't.
Oh,
you better sing.
For the ladies.
sister.
My sister.
Out.
Okay, so I got you on that, didn't I? I got you.
That was needed. Like,
Yeah.
that song was so needed.
Yeah.
It puts everything back into perspective.
Yeah. Now, so that came off of the Makita album,
The Return.
and then we've got some stuff coming off the Return. Yes, in here, and so we're gonna be playing some more throughout the day of Makita. Like I said, she's a bad girl. So meantime, between time, we're going to get back to the show because, like I said, I'm D Nice, and welcome to the Gospel Jazz Connection. And I'm going to sit back because this is a day we're going to talk about, ladies, we're going to talk about, it's a holiday coming up. And, you know, no matter how jovial they try to make it sound and try to make it look with the decorations everywhere, there are people that are hurting.
Yeah.
It's evident with what just happened with all these fires.
Yep.
Just imagine the kids of the parents that live in these houses.
Yep.
How do you explain to a little kid that, you know, you don't have a house to have a Christmas tree in, your house is burnt down, and have them be able to materialize that and put that into little kids' language, or even the parents, grown-up folks are looking kind of like and feeling bad. So all we can do is just kind of like pray for them during this time. And so, you know, there's a lot of emotions that go into this and a lot of bad feelings, ill will, blaming God, blaming a whole lot of stuff going down. And we'll be talking about that today, how these things that happen to us emotionally affect us. And Kiana, you're coming in as an expert in this field and trying to help us cope with and trying to show us how to cope with some of these things going on today. So, ladies and gentlemen, now that I've just kind of set the precedence, whatever, I'm going to turn it over to the sisters, all right? On the Gospel Jazz Connection, D Nice, sit back, relax.
Kiana is my piece. She keeps me from being on murder, death, kill mode.
She's a very peaceful.
Yeah, I'm just cutting up today.
I'm right
I
next
needed
to her.
the joy. Yes, exactly.
I'm right here.
And you know, it really, that's where that song "Sister" came from for me. I think that, and I wrote that song in about 15 minutes. Like, I literally wrote realistic situations, and I said, okay, Nisa, you were here at this one, that's your verse. Laralyn, you're here at this one, this is your verse. You know what I mean? That is so important to me, that we women, we're not, like we say it constantly, we're not calling each other out of our names, we're not disrespecting one another, we're not saying, I'm trying to take your man. I mean, there are women that really love each other.
That's right.
Like, I'm like, you need a lung, you got it. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean? And these rare gems, man, we gotta hold on to them, but also acknowledge it. I think that is so important. That my sister girls, they needed to know. And I could only use two sisters for that one song, but that small circle that that we're developing, you reported it now, boo boo. And I'm putting you in too, boo.
That's right.
So and what happens is when you get that, it's so important to cherish it, and acknowledge it. Yes. I think especially since we're talking about holidays and people dying, losing everything. The one thing it's so funny sometimes. I think when I'm on Facebook or somebody's hitting me on Instagram or Twitter and different things like that, what happens is I'm always telling everybody, I love you, 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 I love you. That is so important to me. And the reason why, one thing I can honestly say with every person that my family has just experienced an avalanche. Every person, blood and not blood, extended family, DNA, the last thing that I know that I said is I love you. And that is so important because there are so many people that don't hear I love you. There's so many people that don't get a hug. I mean, it's crazy.
Well, that's the beautiful thing, really, honestly, about this show that really has called me back to this chair. Being here with you is just the platform. A lot of times, as we've talked about before, what we see in the media is women of color, women of African descent, pitted against one another. But what you're talking about is the other side of it, where there are sisterhoods that do exist, where there's a genuine love and concern and support. When we as women are able to acknowledge that and build, it's powerful.
Oh my God, so powerful.
And in the spirit of the holiday, you know, sometimes people do not have biological family members for whatever reason, or they're feeling down about whatever their circumstances are. The importance of relationships.
Right.
Establishing, whether it's a church family, starting to cultivate, because it may not be your biological family.
That's true.
And it's okay if it's not. If it is, that's a blessing too.
Yeah.
But sometimes it might not be.
Not, a lot of it's not. Yeah, and so tell us about what's it been. Are you from California originally? So all your family is here?
Yeah, for the most part. Like the extended family, the blood, the core. The core is in California. The rest are in, spread around, but Louisiana area.
Okay.
Both parents are from Louisiana, so.
Oh, that's awesome.
But I definitely, to just cling on to what both of you ladies were saying, like, it's just so precious. So it's very important to like find those good people. When you find those good people that have your back, to like cling on to them, definitely, because it gets tough. Like, you know.
Yeah. Being in this industry, I understand. I've been on, well, as far as like theater for me, as far as the acting side of it, but just in the industry, I know the different things that we have to deal with. First of all, I had to learn that no is an okay word. But some of us don't. You have to learn that. That's a learned behavior. Because no can break your spirit. No can make you feel like, well, maybe it's not for me. But no is always good, because it's like, okay, I might be your no, but there is a yes for me somewhere. There is definitely a yes. A lot of don't, if we don't have somebody to tell us that there is a yes somewhere, because I came here, I didn't know nobody. You understand? In Cali, I'm not from here. So it was like, oh my God, when I heard no, it was like, oh my God, maybe I came all the way from the East Coast out here, you know what I mean? I have lost my mind. And I had the most beautiful sister. Her name is Anita Tyson. She's my Spence now, and she is my, there's three of us. There's a twin. It's Anita and Annette, and they have been my hearts. But Anita had to tell me, you can't give up and fold. And she was like, I'm gonna rock with you all the way. We're gonna find something, you know what I mean? And to have somebody, because I just didn't know where to go. So where I was going, I constantly heard a no. So I was like, oh God, what am I doing? I must have lost my mind. I done packed up my children, came out here. I have lost my mind, but every no kept catapulting me to the yes. It was the craziest thing. But sometimes, it's hard to accept that.
It is. It took me a minute to just learn to like take a no like a shot, like and keep it going. Because like every no, you're closer to your yes. Like, and you just have to have that sense of like inner knowing, like I have this talent. And probably others that, like, if I keep on walking down this road and staying persistent, like, eventually, like, my art, it's gonna line up. It's gonna just line up.
You're right. So, well, I guess the blessing for you is everybody's pretty much here. So if you have those no's and those down days, you're able to go see mommy.
Give her a call, like, oh my God, that type of thing, like, exactly,
What type of advice do you get from her when you're having one of those bad days?
She just breathe through it, like, we'll pray together, like, we just know that, like, it's so something sweet. That, if it's meant for me, it'll be, but if it's not meant for me, it's going to be this or something better. This or something better.
Exactly.
After every audition situation, I got to a point, this or something better.
Right.
And then going into auditions, I'm like, you know what? I let go of the outcome or whatever I feel like it's going to be, and I just want to go into that room and play. And if I hit my notes and did my beats and played and did the best acting that I could do in that role. Like that's all. That's all I can ask.
That's all anyone should expect from you. Yeah, and that's that self criticism. Woo, I'm terrible about that. Though. When I'm working, I'm so terrible about I am my worst. I'm like, you don't have to bash me in the studio or anywhere because I'm so hard on myself about being a perfectionist that's I'm really hard on myself.
Well, these lessons can be applied to anyone though. It's like going for having enough confidence though to go to pack up or to even go for your dreams, to go on an audition and not know what the outcome is going to be. Getting the no's but still saying, let me keep pushing, let me keep trying, and let me pray on it. So those qualities can be applied to anybody's situation.
That's it.
That's huge. That's ladies.
Yes.
Huge.
Yes. So the thing that we've been dealing with right now, though, I've been getting a lot of calls, and I guess D as well, because this is why he wanted to address this. Of course, we have a lot of deaths happening. We had these fires happening. We had people just losing everything. There is a heavy spirit right now. And I think these holidays, I always tell everybody, from October to January 1 is like the loneliest and it's the most brokenest time for people. And this is the highest suicide rated time of the year. And so let's try to shed some light on those dark days and how and what we can do to feel better about it. Because for me, I found safety in a multitude of counsel. And me and my girls, it's like, okay, is this a fish and grit conversation? Or is this a chicken wing and wine or chicken wing and margarita? What is it? You know what I mean? And that's what we do. That's what we do. And you have to surround yourself with people that are like-minded, that want you to be strong, want you to overcome the situation, and they want you to be better.
Well, you know what? I do tell people, the October to, we said, January, December? Because there are a lot of people who the holidays are so horrible for them.
Horrible, yes.
And there is a loneliness. And so to start, I always say, this is a moment in time. The darkest, the heaviness that you feel right now is temporary.
Yes.
It's not going to always be like this.
Yes.
So to be able to know, to tell yourself that is the first thing. Then to try to identify, is it a church family? What relationships can I cultivate? Sometimes it's more challenging for some people than others. But it's really about trying to find and identify what uplifts your mood. Because it could be that basic.
That's so true.
Exactly.
What is it? Is it listening to music? Is it singing?
Yes.
Is it theater? Is it what is it? Is it prayer? And so it could be identifying what are some things that uplift me. If I don't know, that's okay. You can figure it out. You can start thinking about it.
True.
Journaling sometimes and I know it's so cliche, but an attitude of gratitude for me. I will pull out a journal and I'm like, okay, let me break down. What am I grateful for? My sight? Can I walk? Can I breathe?
There it is.
And then build on that.
Right.
Because those are the things we honestly take for granted.
It's so true. It's so true. I think that we really have to stop glamorizing something that ain't really real in the first place.
I speak on that too.
We really do. We're like slitting our wrists because we can't buy a Tonka toy. Stop.
I agree.
Are you kidding me? First of all, this is the day you say it's supposed to be about Christ. You ain't buying him. He don't need a gift. So you know what I mean? It's like really find the true meaning.
Exactly. What does it mean for you?
For you, exactly.
Now when society is pumping up, because it's all, everything is a commercial.
Right.
Buy this and buy that. But what is it really about?
Right.
Is it about the tradition of going to church? Is it the tradition of getting together with friends and family? What is it really about?
Right. Yeah. For me, is everybody off work? We gonna cook. We gonna have us a good time.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
Yes.
We're gonna talk trash, and we're gonna catch up on things that we haven't been able to talk about all year long because we get the time off. I'm sorry, I don't need the 25th of December to celebrate my Elohim, his son. I don't need that day.
I agree.
I really don't, because for me, it's not in the script. If I don't see it in the script, I don't care. That means man did it. So my thing is, I celebrate his life every day that I live because I move and have my being because of him.
That's right.
You understand? So I don't need that day to make me want to slit my wrist if I can't buy something.
Right.
You know, so we have to get into a place of understanding and walk that thing out so that you don't become overwhelmed with what everything looks like.
Right.
But let's talk about what it is. Now, if we're dealing with life, if we're dealing with everyday life, okay, did you just break up with your boyfriend? All right, sis. All right, we need a sister circle.
Exactly.
Yes.
Wine and chicken.
On me this time.
Exactly.
Next time it might be on you. But today it's going to be on me.
Let's help you build a bridge and go over it.
When you- So if you break up with a boyfriend, a husband, whatever, so what do you do? What would you do in this hour? What would you
in
do?
this hour? Make it PC for radio. No, like meet with my best close friends.
Right.
We might smoke, excuse me. And then by the end of what we're smoking, by the time I don't care no more. Like
Life would be basically. Life would be cool. We'd be like Iron Man. We're Iron.
don't care. Hakuna Matata, literally.
Yes.
Yeah.
So tell me, I don't even want the therapist right now. I want my sister girl.
Yeah, what would I
So
do?
what would we do? Look, what would we do? Look, I'm just invoking myself all up in it.
That's okay.
Tell me,
I
sis.
probably would call one of my girlfriends,
Right.
and just run it down from it, because I have one. I have a sister who I can tell her every
Everything.
detail.
Yes.
He said, I said, he said, and then we go back and forth. Just being able to communicate that to someone who cares and listens makes a world of difference for me. So I would start off with that.
I got you. Yeah, that's so important to be able to regurgitate whatever it is you're holding.
Yes.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, I remember I used to think that my mother used to say something to me, and she didn't know that it really broke my spirit. She didn't say it intentionally. She was like, "You cry all the time. You know, why do you cry all the time?"
It's a relief.
And, yes, and you know what? I was at a women's retreat, and this mother walked up to me, and she said, "The Father told me to tell you, every time you cried, you began your healing. You regurgitated, and you were the type of person, even though if you had not have cried, you probably would be suicidal. You probably would be somewhere, you know what I mean? On drugs. You probably would." When she ran that whole thing, she didn't know my story. She knew nothing about me. But this woman made why I cried so clear and so beautiful for me that I don't, and now I be calling my mom, I still cry, ha ha ha, but, you know, but now it's a joke between me and my mother. But, you know, and she was like, now I get you. She,
But
you
it
know,
takes
but
a
when
certain
you're
level
taught,
of courage.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to cut you off.
I get it.
To cry, to feel comfortable in, but it's okay to cry.
It
you don't
is.
always have to be so stoic and stern
Right.
and
Right.
nothing. No,
Right.
it matters. If you want to cry because you're sad about something, let it out.
Yes.
That's healthy.
It is.
There is strength in vulnerability. There is. It,
Yeah.
You know, they're like, hey, this is affecting me. I can't be like stone cold. You know?
Right.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, it really
You
is.
have to accept that too.
That thing about right now where people are losing someone right now in this hour, sis, what should we be saying to them? And what would you say to some of your friends that you're working with on set? You know, you ever had somebody when you're on set and they just break and they fall apart and it's has nothing to do with the scene.
Right.
But they tried so hard to keep it all in, and then the next thing you know, they're in the middle of a scene, but it's like, whoa, okay, cut, I'm having a moment. You know, you ever been there and you had to be there for someone?
That means that you're living at the depth of your emotions, and as an actor, that's powerful and it's helpful. And like it's okay to cry. It's okay to have those low points because things can't get low for too long. Like,
that's right.
Bells dips, and then you have the valleys, and then you just keep on trucking.
Yeah.
If you gotta cry, you gotta do whatever you gotta do. Let it out. But I'm here for you if you ever need anything. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So what would you say, sis, if someone is, they're just, where I told you I was, where I just had to stop. I was like, I can't come to work because I couldn't put on the face. I was like, I'm used to the show must go on. You're taught that in the industry. No matter what you're going through, the show must go on, and you have to. I've been on stage, and husband had just died, literally just died, and I was on stage in Europe, and so it. And I had to be out there smiling. I was like, oh my God.
Well, the thing is, too, is that you're not a robot. We're not robots. The show can go on at a certain point, but sometimes we need a break here.
Yes.
We need an intermission.
Yes.
And when you're talking about death, you're talking about a loss. And you're talking about a loss in grief.
Yes.
There's stages to grief.
Yes.
Ooh.
And it's not overnight.
No.
It's not going to be a situation where I can just bounce back quickly. No, it takes time. You might, and everyone experiences grief and loss differently. So, some people go through and they feel denial. Some people feel angry. Some people feel resentful. It depends. Some people don't cry when they experience grief. Some people do. I think the first thing is to acknowledge what you're feeling. It's okay.
Yes.
Right.
Give yourself permission to know, I just lost somebody.
Right.
Out of my life.
Right.
This is going to change the course of my life.
Right.
So now, let me show myself some compassion.
Right.
Yes. Maybe I need a break.
Exactly.
Right. True.
Yes, that is so true.
Period.
And the thing that we're taught in this industry, and I think in anything, it's not even just the industry. It's even when you have a job and they say you got a presentation for a big sponsor tomorrow, and I don't care what you're going through. You have to be here, and you have to perform this, and you have to just put on that mask.
Right.
I am no longer that person. I am so no longer that person to where I put on a mask and pretend anymore. If I'm able to push past my grief or push past the situation, then I will, I'll do what I can, to make sure that the goal is achieved. But there are times, like what I was just sharing with you last week, I literally had to call D and was like, I can't. I'm so overwhelmed with hearing my mother cry. I'm so overwhelmed with hearing my godmother cry. I'm so overwhelmed with hearing the pain in my cousin's voice. I'm like, I can't even think right now. I can't do it.
Because the thing is what you're describing is it's a loss for your family.
Right.
Yes.
That's going to change your family dynamic. That's and it happens to families. Okay, now how are we going to deal with this? Because as I said, everyone grieves differently.
Right.
But it's okay.
Right.
Your family is your mom is supposed to grieve the loss of your aunt. Your cousin's voice hearing pain. It's a loss
That's
for
true.
her.
That's true.
Now, if you told me everybody was walking around dancing and singing
You'd be
Michael
like,
Jackson and Tina Marie,
Yeah.
I would be more concerned about that.
Right. You're right.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, because there is a spirit of denial that people go into as
Yes,
well.
it happens.
That creates that spirit of denial, that mask that we're talking about.
Yeah.
It creates a spirit of denial, and it's like, okay, well, this is not happening. I have experienced watching people do that, and then watching it come into fruition when someone actually addressed the situation. OMG.
Well, because those two people are grieving differently.
Right.
One person, you might go through denial for a period of time, and then you may move to another stage of death. I mean, of grief. It might be denial, then it may be sadness. It may be denial, then it may be anger. People sometimes get angry with God.
Yes.
But there's stages of it, and it's natural to go through that. You're talking about the loss of a life.
Right. Okay, let's get off of death and talk about the loss of a million.
Okay.
Next. Next.
Have you ever had to go to work and you had just broke up with that cat, that one, and Woo-wee.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that, ladies.
Well,
This is water. I need wine. But
Some cheese, some shine.
and some grapes. Yes, some grapes on the tray. Let's talk about it.
Well-
have you ever had to go to work after a breakup? That's I'm not talking about that cat that was like, all right, homie, you was just a BC
No,
anyway.
right, true.
I'm talking about that cat that had that one that meant something.
Oh yeah, definitely. It was tough. I didn't want to get out of bed. I felt like guilty. What did I do wrong? There was
Right.
something wrong with me.
Right.
Like, what could I have done better? Can I try to like get this man back? All broken up, all insecure.
Right.
But I do remember, like, most of the times it was for a blessing, because this gentleman more than likely was not treating me
the way
I deserve to be treated.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Or I was like putting him like 10 feet ahead of me, like
Pedestal.
as a putting him on a pedestal.
Yeah.
And like, oh, forget about me. Excuse me, chasing you like you're a bus and I'm late for it. Like, or yeah. So
Yeah.
nah.
So talk to me, sis.
Well, it's the same.
Had you had to do that, and see, you have to go in and count.
Oh, yeah.
You have to go in and counsel.
Yeah.
So, tell me about one of those days where it was heavy for you, and you had to go in and uplift somebody else.
Well, this is the thing. I'm gonna be real with you. The loss of a boyfriend or a spouse, it's grief and loss.
That's
it's
it.
the same, because
It
guess what?
is.
It's a loss from your life. It's the same. Maybe not to that, but very similar feelings come
Right.
up.
Yes.
Divorce, they say, is like a death.
Right.
A relationship.
It really is.
It's the same coping skill. What have I done in that situation? Now it depends now, because now let me tell you, I'm supposed to be there to help somebody else. Now if I can't pull it together, then maybe I'm gonna call off that day. I can't help you. I'm all torn up. My mind ain't right. I'm not focused. Let me keep it real.
Yes. That's it.
But there are times where I've been able to pull it together, and I'm like, okay, yeah, let's get that journal out.
Yeah.
Let's get that gratitude journal out, and then I'm able to be present. And I think for
good.
me, a lot of times being able to help someone else,
Yes.
it kind of uplifts my mood.
That
so
is
I'm
true.
like, or I'm like, oh, it can always be worse.
Yeah. That's what happens.
really could.
Finally,
You gotta think
just
like,
being able to sit in that circle and talk to your friends, and talk to, I mean, even people that I don't know, because when I do, there's a women's organization that I have. It's called Esther's Chamber, and so women come in together. It's all about women helping women and
Beautiful.
supporting one another. And so when we have other women coming in and sitting in their circle, man, and you hear something that's going, it's like, man,
Yeah.
I'm checking me. I'm shutting up.
Yeah.
Because for me to think that I am, for me to think a certain way about myself, or I'm just the only one in the pit, and then another sister comes in and it's 10 times worse. It's like, shut up.
I'm happy that you said that, because that is what you just said is very powerful, and that can go to the death, the loss of someone, whether it be a physical, like the death of your aunt, or ending a relationship, or even when people experience loneliness in the holiday season. The key to remember is when you're going through those different things, you're not the only one.
You're not the onlyest
You're
one.
not the only
Family, you're not the onlyest one.
Somebody else
Yeah.
has gone through it and gotten
Yes.
through it. And
Yes.
so the question for me is like, well, if they've gotten through it, how can I get through it?
That's right. That's right. That's right. Brother D, I want to know if you have a story like when you broke up with us. I love to hear the male perspective.
Okay.
Can you give us a male perspective on a great, how
You know what?
through a major breakup?
Look here.
I love the male voice.
I do too.
I love being single. I've been single for. You know what? It's easier that way.
Oh my God.
If I get frustrated or pin up, I go to the gym. I work it out. And I'm loving it. And I'm surrounded constantly by beautiful women that got their stuff together. And I like hearing you guys. And like I said, I found the secret. And I'm going to share the secret with you.
I'm going to hurt you.
I can't wait to hear the secret.
I'm going to share the secret with you right now, because you know what? In life, there's no greater love. And this one here is another one by Makita. No greater love. Hit it.
Hit it.
I want to hear your story.
Yep.
Nice reflection.
Yeah, you do see?
On the day you found me, I was hurt and so confused. yet alive, didn't know what to do. But then you found me and chose me, and you showed me what to do. And there's no greater love than the love I have for you. There is no greater love than the love I have for you. You reach the deepest part of me, and there's nothing I wouldn't do. There is no greater love than the love I have for you. Saturated with oil, anointed every word I would say. Surrendered my will, that's when you began to heal me and deliver me from all of my ways. 'Cause when you found me, you chose me, and you showed me what to do. And there's no greater love than the love I have for you. There is no greater love than the love I have for you. You reach the deepest part of me, and there's nothing I wouldn't do. There is no greater love than the love I have for you. See, no one can love me like you do. It's so pure, so honest, and so true. Abiding in your love, so my heart will overflow. Oh, you breathe the life back into me. Now everyone will know. No, there is no greater love than the love I have for you. Oh no, you reach the deepest part of me, and there is nothing I wouldn't do. Oh, and there is no
Okay, now they wanted to hear a little bit of my story. I'm going to tell you a little bit. That's all, just a segment. You know what? I've known Makita for a long time, and we used to always hang out with each other at the music conventions or whatever, and that's my girl. That's my righteous girl. And like I said, I've been in the acting field and doing my thing, and you know what I'm saying, I had other parts where I was able to be up in public, but on a national stage. But in the national stage, doing it for my thing, people don't know I was a top-rated male exotic dancer. Traveling around the country, I was one of the best. And in our team, we started out at Caesar's Palace. We started out at Caesar's Palace, Las Vegas. That's how classy the show was. Everything was lights, action, cameras. Everybody had their own part. We didn't get out in the audience and do all that gyration. We did a Vegas show, and I was making $4,000 a month. Okay, just to go out there once or twice a week to do that, and you know what I'm saying. So we did it like that, and then $400 a night in tips and split. So we were there before Chippendales ever traveled. We were the first ones to do that. So I've been there. God allowed me to see a lot of things and see the women, and I'm the only black on the team, so I had to carry. Everybody was buffed out and all the different characters, but I was a brother doing the karate because I do black belt. So I did the sword play, the whole thing. But like I said, I was able to see women. We go into a town, I see women that day just like, you know, into the banks, and they're all student whatever. That night there's the same one, hey daddy, you know what I'm saying. So I got to see that, respect women and love the thing the women was. I don't like the baggage that men are putting on there, because like I said, being a single man for all this time, I don't want my grandson or myself to decide to date and find the baggage that I'm out. If you're not a part of the problem solution, you're part of the problem. So you know, hanging around Makita, she taught me the true meaning of love, not the lust, but a holy spiritual love, to where we could be together, we can just be anywhere together, and we didn't have to feel pressured to just, it was the sweetest thing, the greatest thing of all. And so I love that woman for that, teaching me that aspect of it. And then, like I said, I partnered up with my partner Monica, that we started a business together, and we were able to be platonic and get things done. And I respect Miss M for the greatest. And like I said, so this is what we do, working around women. And so that was my experience. And like I said, now that I've been, I don't know what it's called, abstinent, celibate for men or whatever, but for several years. I'm not going to say how many years. But like I said, I feel stronger. If I feel like I want to just explode, I go to the gym. And I can lift everything. I can lift everything in the gym. So I'm loving it. So you gotta first know yourself, find yourself, be knowing what you're doing. And once you're true to yourself, nobody can take you off your game. I don't drink, I don't smoke or whatever, so they can't offer me nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I've got to call my shots, letting God call me into what service He wants me to do, being obedient to where He is, and He helps me stay level. And so that's what I do.
Chose the wrong thing.
Oh, many times in my life, yes. In my life, I chose yes.
That one made you like, oh man, I can never go through this again.
You know what? I had at a very young age, I was talking to a young lady, and then her friend came on, another friend, so all three of them were liking me at the same time, and I called myself trying to duck through all three of them. And that was the worst thing that ever happened, because in the long run, when it finally caught up, they didn't come at me, they came at each other. And at that point about it, that was a sad thing, and that was my college days. And after that, I said never again will I do nothing like that.
See, he done diverted again and went left. I want the one that you was like, I want the Hennessy. I'm sitting in front of the TV, baby.
No.
I was calling you on Friday.
No.
3 days in the house, no bath, stinking.
No. See, you guys, I can't lie. No, I haven't got to that point yet, but I know there's somebody out there like that. I haven't got to that point yet, and I'm so blessed to not have to, because then you're a slave to something. Mine was always drinking and smoking and doing it, but like I got to. And so this lady here, whenever I'm looking at somebody or whatever, she's like, okay, she'll jump up in the middle and kind of block. And sometimes I'm like, what? No, she's checking out for me. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
She'll be in the girl's ear, and I'll be like, well, what'd you just say to it? She's like, oh, you ain't got to worry about that. But I'm like, really? So
I will tell a chick quick, I will hurt you behind it. I need you to honor him. This man is one of the most respectful men I've ever known in my life. You understand? I mean, I can go anywhere and I know that I'm safe. Wow. Away from my husband, away from my brothers. I see you guys in Jersey, was good. But you know, I feel safe anywhere I am deep. And so I'm not gonna be a woman that knows chicks. Y'all know, we know the cat call. We know when it's just like, okay, she just trying to find out what's in them pockets.
especially where we are.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, I want you to. I'm like,
Take it there.
Wow.
Because his soul is so rich, I'm like, no, I'm not gonna let him cast his pearl before a swine. Because pigs wear lipstick. They do.
And yeah, they be looking
And
good.
I will check them.
Yeah.
No.
Exclamation point.
Yeah, they be looking good. So no, that's my story, long and short of it. But today we have a different story we're doing. It's like the ladies talking. You guys are getting together and supporting the young sister. Now we're gonna take a little pause for the cause. We're gonna talk about this project that you're doing right now. Just take some time and tell us about this project. What's the name of it? And let's talk to you for a second. And look, at she just I got a chance to do an interview with her the other day in the studio, in the television studio, and she was the same way. I was sitting in for Makita, and so I had a chance to kind of like let her talk, and she just was doing the same thing, like but she knows herself. So
I was like, who is she? I love her energy. I love her joy. She is too cute. I was just flipping out.
Make you want to bite her cheek.
It's just so beautiful, sweetie.
So
I see the innocence, the vulnerability.
I know.
I'm like, okay, we got to protect this one.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's the one you want to protect because you don't want something so pure and something so sweet
get snatched up. Yeah, by the big bad wolves.
So tell us about your project, dear. Let us know what you're doing and when it's coming out and all of that.
Called The Daughters of Legend. It's out January 2nd.
All right.
Myself and Sally Kirkland.
Yay.
And everybody else. I feel so bad that I don't have their names looked up on my head.
Tell us about your director, writer, producers.
Raul
in the building.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Just the opportunity to just see the project from the ground up is a blessing to be able to just see how everything just morphed and changed
and how can we see it? How can we get it? Raul, give a shout out from the corner.
Hi everybody.
Hi Raul, give us a shout out from the corner. We need to know how to support you guys in this.
Well, we're gonna have the viewing on January 2nd.
Okay.
So we're looking to have a theater of about 300 people. So we're inviting all of you guys.
I'll be there wearing a red ball gown.
Hey, that's what we need because it's a film of minority superheroes.
Great.
Women minority superheroes.
Oh.
Damali, which is our main star on this film.
Yay.
That's her name on the film, Damali.
Oh.
She's the evil one.
Oh, wow. So
she has all the power.
You're sweet. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Pull a whoa. Did you just tell me this little precious being, she was cutting up? Yeah. So when I saw her in that clip, she was being mean because she was leaning over that girl's shoulder like, ugh.
Just ask her what she does to her
what did
boyfriend.
You do?
I burned him.
Wow, this is awesome. Yeah. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. And so how did it feel playing somebody so evil? Look at Eve.
It was great, actually. It was great, and it took that training that I needed to take in order to be still and just be in my full power. And it's very fun to be mean. It's
everyone says that.
It's in my core. I'm like sweet, but then it's very fun to show that.
Yeah,
get me the wrong way, I will cut you. And
so what was the best part about playing this character for you?
Just being able to stand still in my power and and not let any of my giggly Carrie-isms show and to truly really embody this character. And
how was it on set with everybody?
I think part of it that make her so great is she looks stunning and the outfits we put her on it, including the night before. There was an outfit that she was supposed to wear and I wasn't feeling it. So at midnight, I'm at the designers. I'm trying to get her the right dress.
Wow.
But she played the role it was a great experience. It's been a great experience, especially for me. I'm the executive producer on this film, so having to audition all of them and going to buy wigs and doing makeup and everything. So I did everything, a little bit of everything. But no, having actors like her made the film so much easier, because at one time in the scene she had a prop and she was playing golf with that. and then she broke the prop. So
sorry. They're professional actresses.
But just like you see her, that's who she really is.
That's beautiful.
You know, and I love her for that.
That's beautiful, Raul. And I'm so glad that there are directors, executive producers like yourself that care about not only your vision, but the artist that's bringing your vision to life. So thank you for being you, sweetheart. We need more of you.
No, thank you. They made it much easier because they were all nice to each other. We had that cohesiveness in the project.
Beautiful.
And that's what I was looking for, because now all of them made relationships after that shoot and stuff, and we're having a party on the 14th.
Yeah, it's a party. Like, we're actually all friends. Like, there was no cattiness on set, which is amazing. Like, everybody, like, we're super close, and it's an ensemble. So it's like to say, like,
no,
wow,
everyone.
So we have to get that. It's the Daughters of Legend.
Daughters of Legend.
And it comes out on the 14th, correct?
No. January 2nd.
January 2nd. And where is it going to be?
In West Hollywood.
In West Hollywood. And we will come back and we will keep you guys abreast of where it's going to be. But you need to get out there. It ain't no joke.
Live from the carpet.
Well,
can I go out there in the mic with my mic and my dress
and hair and makeup?
Half Diana, half Oprah.
Yeah, come on with it.
Like this? No.
Yeah.
Really. I mean, I think that, you know, whatever we all can do to support this vision coming to pass, we should do it.
Yeah, that's what we.
I'm so proud of you.
That's what we're gonna do. Well,
I think that's what we need. We need females. They are playing superheroes. They are minorities, so our kids
can see that.
And they could try to be that role model
as women too. So you know, we had a lot of fun, but you know what they say, time flies when you're having fun. So Makita, if you can give me a last, I'm gonna get a last word from both of you. From Carrie, give me your wrap up right quick. Give me something to say. Just say, well, talk to that young girl right quick.
Talk to that young girl. Stay resilient. Don't let them break your spirit, and just know that inner knowing, like, stay on the path, keep training, and your blessings have your name on it, so you don't have to worry about it. There's no competition with the next girl in the room. Give her some love.
Love it. Kiana?
Yes. For those who are feeling lonely during this holiday season, for those who have lost and are grieving, know that you're not alone. I'm sending you positivity, prayers, and lots of peace.
Yes.
Wow. Thank you very much. We love that. Makita?
I just like to say, just keep it moving. Don't stop. I can care less what it looks like. If you have a vision, go for it. If you believe it, if you see it, you can achieve it. You can have it. Just see it until you see it. Say it until it is real and it appears. You have the essence of God dwelling on the inside of you. He thought about it, then he spoke it, and it came into view. So that's all we have to do. Use your God essence, and anything you envision will come to pass. Do the work, though. There is work.
It's not easy.
There's no shortcuts.
I love it. Okay, so we had fun today on the Gospel Jazz Connection. I told you guys we were going to chop it up and have some good music and get some kind of good conversation, and you've learned a lot. So, you know, you've just got to just take these holidays one step at a time, you know what I'm saying? But knowing that God has you, rest in that. Don't let what you see around you take you off your game or your program. So from the Gospel Jazz Connection, from Miss Emma, thanks for dropping by. From Miss Carrie, thanks for showing up and showing out. From Miss Kiana, thanks for being a part of the team. From Miss Makita, this is D-Nice. And like I say each and every week, thank you, Raul, for bringing her by, man. Good luck on the movie, and we're going to support you. You got that player. And tell Kurt I said, what's up? So it's all good. So as I say each and every week, put God first, and everything else will follow. I guarantee it.
Now I know there's a lonely heart in